Hello again, everybody. Getting ready to work on the tiny house cabinets again. I've been doing some outside work. You can probably tell. Looks a little different. But I decided that for the trim on the cabinets, I was going to use some pallet wood. So I went down to get a pallet. And, well, I might have overdid it just a little. But we got some pallets. Let's get one took apart, or a couple of them took apart, and see if we can't get these cabinets all trimmed out and ready to go. Yeah, as I was saying, you may notice a couple of little differences on the house. Yeah, I've done a couple of things outside. I've been kind of taking advantage of the pretty days because we don't get a whole lot of pretty days around here this time of year. So I figured, why not, while it's pretty, go ahead and do some outside stuff. Let me take a real quick look around here and just see what all we done. Okay, so up high you can see I have the boards on the outside. They are pressure treated to be protected from the elements. And we have a light up there. And I kind of trimmed out that a little bit. I got to get some more trim to go on around the front. But down low, I mean, I know there's a gap there. And a small gap there and all that. But that's all going to be trimmed out. And I was thinking some landscape timbers coming down through there, because I really would rather have not had this. I may dig out from under it right there. There's a little space here. I'd really rather not have this all the way on the ground all the time. You can see there's a little gap, and then well, it kind of touches right there, but then there's a pretty good gap. And I figured if I put landscaping timbers down through here, then that will kind of seal it up and fill in little gaps and all that. That didn't really, I didn't cut that out for any reason. It was just the plywood was like that. I just haven't filled it back in. I had to splice my post, so I really did need a little room there. I'll do something with that at some point. Like I said before, the porch is going to go, this is temporary. The porch is going to go all the way to here, and it's going to go the same all the way over to there. So at some point we're going to go ahead and expand that, but right now, just to make it a little easier to get in and out and to have a little shelter, we just kind of threw this up with our leftover metal and just some old pieces of wood. A lot of these are used pieces. You can't really see through the edges, but you can see kind of, that's not a brand new board down in there. Got spaces in between all of those. But this way we can use our steps. Still haven't cleaned them up real good, but I think got to do some repair work here. That's all not really important stuff. I'm just trying to get all this outside stuff done that I can while it's pretty. It's kind of cold right now. It's sunny, but it's cold. I did put us up a light, and also put, I don't even know if you can see that for the sun, but I put a board there, and that way I may put another one there, or I may just put a piece of screen. I think I may just go with screen. Same thing I'm going to do on these eaves. I'm going to just put screen to allow airflow, but not bugs and stuff for the summertime. But yeah, that is the outside, what I've been doing. And I think it looks decent. Did the other side over there too, but it's the same. Also, you may notice the front yard is a little clearer. I'm standing on the porch right now. you can see. And I can look straight out, and I can see Zephyr down there and the old Silverado, because I've moved this trailer out of the way that was sitting there. That way we have our front yard. We can, actually we're able to back stuff up here and all that too. So, makes it a little easier. Oh yeah, here is the entryway. Get in here where it's a little warmer. Bottom of the door is filthy. But anyway, that's okay. You can tell I've got the rubber stuff put down, and the glue come all the way out to here. I guess it dries kind of clear, but that's okay. This area stayed wet, and just figure on just leaving it wet. I dried it out with a leaf blower, sanded it all down, put glue on it, and put this stuff on it. So now that should be fairly waterproof. And then in here, I have also got some drawers made. They are just boxes. Not extremely well made boxes, but they are boxes nonetheless. And they just need the drawer faces put on them and trim and all that. It's like over here. The trim will help with this, you can tell. Just a slight amount of warpage there. Just very minor. But little trim will help with that. It's where it's such a big door. These are not as bad, but you can tell they are warping. That's no problem, because once we get the trim on there, it will strengthen the doors and straighten them out. And they will be ready to be put in service. Let's go bust these pallets up. All right, one more thing with pallets. If you're going to use pallets to build anything that's going to be on the inside of your house, you want to make sure that somewhere on the pallet it's heat treated. That tells you what type of treatment that the wood has had. These are heat treated, so they are safe for use inside. Now some of them, there's other, I'll try to put up around here somewhere, I'll try to put up the letters that you want to watch out for. Markings on them. These all have HT as the treatment method, so they will all be safe. So we're going to use these on our cabinets. All right, I've got a pretty good pile right here of good, somewhat usable stuff in the back. It's not very organized, but the stuff in the back is broken. The stuff toward the front, which there's a lot right here. And this pallet right here came, quite a few good boards come off of it. So we're going to have to dispose of the rest of that. Might make a good campfire, but here, these boards are the ones that I picked to be my trim. They are all same dimensions. They seem to be the same type of wood. They look fairly the same. There are some others that, you know, some of them are thinner. I don't have all the nails out yet. But some of them are thinner like this, different types of wood. I want to keep all the wood on the cabinets of the same type. And these are all the same type. They came off of the same type of pallets. So let's see if we can't trim these drawers and cabinets out. See how they look. There's the third drawer. Okay. When it gets to the end, it kind of, I may have to make some rails on the sides or something to hold it straight. I think I will, because it gets to the end, sometimes it's a little wobbly to get in there. But they go in and out. And you can put stuff in them. So, hey, we've got drawers. Now, on the cabinets, I think maybe one thing we should probably do is, I think we should get a coat of paint on the cabinets, because when the trim goes around, the trim is going to be burnt wood, and the cabinets themselves are going to be that bluish green color. So I think I may go ahead and paint, and then we'll put our trimmer in. Alright, well, we may have a little delay doing our trim now because we've got all these painted, and they'll probably have to dry. The reason I wanted to paint them first was because I wanted to have the paint under the wood that I put on. But it is going to, of course, I'm thinking on, like, especially like on this drawer, these, if I use that for trim, that's half of the drawer. So I'm thinking I may rip these down or something. Because this drawer is going to get covered by that if I put that on there. Probably rip these down though, because I think they are too wide. Really would be best to do that on a table saw, which I do not have. Because that would keep it perfectly straight. I may see what I can come up with. But anyway, I think we're going to have to let this dry for a while. So that may be about it for this video. Yeah, I guess that'll probably be about it for this video, because this is going to have to sit and dry overnight before I can really get back into it. Whenever you paint, you have to make sure and get it all over you, because if you don't, you're not doing it right. If you come away and you're clean, you did something wrong. You better go back and check, because there's something wrong. You should have paint all over you when you paint. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's probably going to be about it for this video. We got a few things updated. And got a few things done. I showed you that I got done. But anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.